I'm Honna Rogers, and I'm from Signal Mountain, Tennessee.
Edna Varner, born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I'm Denny Mobbs, and I live in Ocoee, Polk County, Tennessee.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your perspectives about being founding members of Thrive. We really appreciate it. I would love to hear from you guys how you first became involved with Thrive about 12 years ago.
So I remember I was the town manager in Signal Mountain at the time, and I had a visit, and they asked if I would represent cities and be the one governmental type person. So I joined, and I just remember that first meeting in Ringgold, and I felt very honored to be the one governmental person kind of sitting on the board and helping to speak to especially smaller cities and local governments in the region.
I received a call in my office from a consultant. He interrogated me rather rigidly. I mean, it could have been the FBI, the way he conducted the interview with me. And by the time we finished, I was really intrigued, and I agreed to participate because the way he described what was being put together, I thought had real advantages for my home county, Polk County, Tennessee, that I thought needed a regional approach to common problems, the solutions of which would filter down to the county's benefit.
At the time, I was working for a national literacy initiative, and I was asked if I wanted to move, and I said no. I live in a small town, Chattanooga, and I really love being a part of a small town. So I don't think it was any secret that I believe small town problems can be resolved without absorbing the small town into something larger. Well, I also got a phone call. She said, if you feel that way, we'd like for you to come to a meeting, and the rest is history.
I'll tell you, I walked into that meeting really not knowing anything of what was gonna happen other than I thought, oh, we're gonna make another long-range plan for the region. And I was very glad when I left, and I felt like it was more of this is not just writing down a plan, like we're gonna actually dive into these different areas and determine what the best is for our region.
What were the challenges from, each of your communities that you felt like Thrive could address and help?
Every community is built on 7 pillars: the flow of capital, the administration of justice, the maintenance of health, the provision of education, the dissemination of information, patronage of the arts, and the care of souls. The business of politics, in my judgment, is first establishing and maintaining a vision for the people. The second is allocating the resources among those 7 pillars where they need to be strengthened, where they need to be replaced. And it is almost impossible for a county the size of Polk County to address strengthening those pillars on a strictly local basis. That was kind of the driving reason why I thought a regional approach was so important. I think everybody would agree that the geographical predicate to impoverishment is insularity, and a regional approach to helping with the conditions of each individual small area is abetted by bringing resources to bear that are more than just local.
Just hearing you talk about those pillars and about how you best use resources, came across so many people in their little towns working as hard as you can possibly work and caring as much as you can possibly care, but not understanding something like how you decide where to put the limited resources to have the greatest impact. And I think that's what you can do with a regional initiative. We get to have you as a consultant who cares, who could help us, or who would care about helping us, or who would go the distance with helping us. Trying so hard and working so hard and caring so much ought to have greater impact, and it does with a little help from your friends. And that's what I saw in Thrive, and I thought, I want to be a part of that. And I have loved being a part of that.
As we started with Thrive, it was very interesting to me to learn more about the region myself and to learn from others the ways that we can work together. To see groups like the Chamber of Commerce is coming together from different places. To learn the transportation, people had not been talking between states. Like, it just seems like simple things that we did, but it was really monumental in the future, I think, of our region.